Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to another edition of Family Talk. My name is Islamia Sodiq Ayaba Kadejo. I'm a social justice advocate. I'm an author and a broadcaster. Today, I'll be your host as usual, but I have very important guests today. I have Katrina joining us soon. I have Khadija and I have Rabi. And today we are going to be talking about something very special, something that connects these women and many of us around the world. And that is our children with special needs. I'm going to be asking them questions about how coronavirus, the COVID-19 lockdown, affects children with special needs. We've all been affected in different ways. But is there anybody, apart from the children involved, apart from their parents, apart from their caregivers, apart from the likes of Khadija, who have passion for them, who care about them, who see beyond what is personal to her, what concerns, who can see that, okay, this affects my name, definitely it affects me as well. I'm going to be bringing her in to create awareness, to ask some bothering questions. And maybe after today, you and I, we will be able to know how to kind of behave better in the midst of children with special needs. And when we say needs, probably you and I will be able to necessary support, be able to give the need that is required. This is what we are going to be doing today. I want to implore you to invite your friends so that we can do this together. I'm going to bring in my guests so that they can introduce themselves, then we take it from there. My first guest today is here, and she is Katrina.
Hi. How's everyone doing? Can you hear me okay? Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Hello, Catherine.
Hello. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Okay.
Can you?
I can hear you.
Thank you so much. So
I can hear you now.
Okay.
That's fine. Let me bring in Rabi.
Hi, I'm Rabi. I'm a mother of a child with special needs, and I am here to answer all your questions and to give you some tips on how to manage some behaviors.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rabi. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
And finally, let me bring in Khadija into the studio as well. Hello? Hello, Khadija, we are waiting for you. Hello? Hello? We can't see you yet, please. I can't see you yet. I can't see you yet, Khadija. Hello? Okay, I think Khadija will be joining us soon. me go to you first, Catherine. When we say a child has special need, what exactly are we talking about?
So before I say anything else, I just want to say that parents of children with special needs are the most incredible people I've ever met in my life. They go through struggles that other parents can't understand. And every child with special needs is completely unique. So even if we're talking about autism, no child with autism is the same, but they're all incredible in their own ways. But it's a tough road. And I think it can be a very lonely place for parents, which is why I think it's incredible what you're doing this evening. Me as a person, I've been touched by so many children with special needs, ranging from Down syndrome to autism to undiagnosed disabilities. So the list is endless.
Okay. Before we go fully into this screen, can you please yourself and tell us the bug that you have with the discussion of today, please?
Can you repeat that?
Can you introduce yourself? I want our audience to understand the background that you have.
Absolutely.
So that the background that you have as a child for children with special. Yeah.
Okay. Please. So there is a special school here in Kildare. I was teaching there for 16 years. I was assistant vice principal for 8, but I taught the whole time. And for the last 10 years of that teaching, I worked with children, boys, all who were on the autistic spectrum scale, and many of them had challenging behaviors. So my training would be in how to deal with children who are nonverbal a lot of the time, so they can't speak, they have no way of communicating, and how to give them the best quality of life that they can have and to learn and grow. And so that would be what I specialize in, would be autism and challenging behavior. I actually had the pleasure of teaching Rabi, your other guest, Rabi. I had the pleasure of teaching her son, and he was has a very complex need, is nonverbal, had very challenging behaviors, and this mother went to hell and back for her son and has done an incredible job. But she herself will say, as a parent, it's a very lonely place to be, especially at this time, because these kids need routine and structure and a way to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Rabi.
Yeah.
Hello. Good evening, Rabi. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, Islamia. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You are a parent and you have a child who has special need.
Yeah.
And today I must say that these 3 very beautiful women, what they have in common is the discussion for today. As you can see, they are beautiful women. And again, they are very strong women. And I must say that to have a special need child, no one needs to tell me or anyone how strong you are, Rabi. And I give kudos to you for that. Can you just talk briefly about becoming a parent of a child with special needs?
Okay, thank you very much for having me. And I think today is very important because we need this. We need this discussion. It's overdue because a lot of parents are going through, as you said, hell over this lockdown. People are experiencing. Some people, they only need those 3 hours, 3 or 5 hours when the children go to school to have a rest. Because having a child with special needs is a more than 24-hour job. is nothing. If you don't have it, you wouldn't know. You have to experience it to know what it is. And as Catherine said, my son had complex needs, and he is nonverbal, which makes it more difficult to know what he wants or what he needs, because he cannot tell us. So we have to employ so many different ways to try to help him. So he's 20 years old now, so he is a man, and still he has come a long way. The school have done a wonderful job, but we as parents, we have to do all the job. We have to do, it's not easy. It's not easy, and especially at this time now, it's even more difficult because the routine is disrupted. They are not going to school. And children with special needs, they need routine. If they disrupt their routine, that's it. Everything is gone. So I feel for parents who have their children at home now and who are experiencing difficult, challenging behaviors. And I'm not sure how much help they are getting from the schools or from the community. Because what I heard is that some people, they take their children to the shop, and knowing that the shops are not allowing children to enter the shop now. So if you have a child with special needs and you go to the shop and they won't allow you, so it's very difficult. And some people don't even have anybody to look after those children for them at home. So it's a very challenging time. It's very challenging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let me go to Khadija. Welcome back. Welcome to the show.
Let me not say that it's quite difficult for you to sit a child in that position down and try to explain that this is why you cannot go out. It is very difficult. And anybody that has them beside them, don't be shy. Don't be timid to assist. Don't say don't think that they might think you're stigmatizing them. It's nothing like that. When somebody needs help, there's no other word for it. They need help, no matter how small. If you can't physically be there, pick your phone and just call them. I just want to check up on you. How are you coping? How are you doing? Is there anything I can help with? It's not just the physically impaired people that need the help. There are people that are carers out there. There are 24 hours job. There's no holiday. There's no time off. There's no sleeping hours, because it's when that child sleeps that they get to sleep. They need that help. We go out and we see them in our community, and we just look at them as in, okay, they're special needs, as if they are not part of us. They are every inch part of us. Every inch. Because if you don't have them directly in your life, you know someone that has someone that knows someone that has one. So indirectly, we're all linked. We're all linked.
Yeah.
When you are around them, don't let them feel as if they are different from you. Be accommodative. Be friendly. Introduce yourself. Fall in. Let them know you are there. It's not that they always need help. These parents have structured their life to cater for these children. They have structured their life that way. Like you said, very strong. You need to be very strong for God to put you in this position. So if you find out that you have someone, a neighbor, a friend, somebody someone talks about, just give an helping hand. Like I said, a phone call is not too much.
Okay, thank you, Catherine. Let me go to you now. There's based on what I've read, there's absolutely nothing a parent or caregiver can do without routine for these children. Can you take us through what's the routine like, and what are the likely challenges with the routine now at this time?
Okay, so the most important thing for children, especially children with autism, is routine. It's what they understand. It's what makes them feel safe.
Yep.
So when school was on, they knew they got up, they knew they had their breakfast, they packed their bag, they went to school. School would be extremely structured with a timetable, a pictorial timetable.
Okay.
And not only that, also a lot of children with special needs, they need a room called a sensory room, which is because to these children,
Okay.
music is so therapeutic. Being able to, climb under a tent and put earphones on and listen to dolphin music, things that can help them to calm. School would have had amenities like a soft play area, a ball pool area, a playground, taking them swimming, taking them horse riding. They would have had a lot of them individual tables for their individual work, because like I said, every child is unique. Some verbal, some non-verbal, some more academic than others. So to have that taken away from under their feet, I'm in no doubt that is causing mayhem. But there are so many things parents can do to create that environment at home with just a little bit of support from all of us. And I am here day and night for any parent that needs advice or tips. Because if those children don't have structure or a way to communicate through there is a thing called a picture exchange communication system, which is a series of little symbols and pictures that children who are nonverbal use because it's their way of saying what they want. Right down to asking for an apple, to being able to communicate if they have a pain in their head. So it's their way of entering our world.
Yeah.
And if they don't have that set up at home, then they can't communicate. There's things that they need. They need to be able to have sensory activities. They need to be able to make Play-Doh. They need to be able to learn life skills that they would have been doing in school, like cookery. They need access to all this sort of stuff. But the best advice that I can give and I can support in is creating a pictorial routine, whether they're verbal or non-verbal, so that these kids know what's going to happen during the day. Because the not knowing creates the behaviors and the frustration, and the inability to communicate also creates huge issues for them. I mean, look at how we're communicating now. Imagine not being able to verbalize how you're feeling, from whether you've got a toothache to whether you're feeling sad.
Yeah.
And I don't want parents to despair, because there are ways of being able to do all of this at home, and it will make huge changes to their lives. I also feel very strongly, I'm now a secondary school teacher. I only left special needs last year. But teachers of parents with special needs should be in touch with the parents, and they should be sending them work, and they should be telling them what to do. Back to Khadija, who's amazing. If you're somebody who wishes to support a special needs child, things like leaving jigsaws at the door, leaving sand play is hugely important for these kids. The ability to access a trampoline, because that way they can get the frustration out of their bodies. They need movement. A lot of these kids get movement breaks 10 times a day in school. So there's so many things that people can do that are so simple that will make such a big difference.
A big difference. Thank you.
Huge.
Robbie, can you share with us what's your typical day like with the routine now, especially during this lockdown?
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay.
Khadija.
She's frozen there.
Yeah. A typical day.
A typical day. Well, a typical day, normally, if they are going to school, Sufyan will wake up in the morning, take his bath, have his breakfast, and then wait for the taxi to come and take him. And then he has a long day in school. He will go to all the things that Katri listed: horse riding, going for a walk, going shopping, going swimming, going to the playground. They have the swing, they have the trampoline, they have everything. So his day is packed, full. By the time he comes home at 4 o'clock, he will be tired. He won't be able to do anything. So the way we are now, he still go through the routine because it helps him. The routine is very important. So he still wakes up in the morning, go to the bathroom and take his shower. And then he will dress up. But he's taking longer now, which is fine. We are not in a hurry. He can take 2-3 hours before he does all of that. And then he will go and make his breakfast, and then it will take him an hour or two to finish it, which is fine. He will make his toast and put everything. So I know, like, we have come a long way because Sufyan is 20 years old now. But for people that have small children, I know it will be harder because we've been through it. The important thing here is to understand the child. If you understand the child and you know what their likes and what they don't like, so try and stick to those things. Try is very, very important to keep the routine. Very important. Once you break the routine, that's the problem. As Catherine said, if you have trampoline, let them go out. They need to go and use up that energy, because most people with special needs, they have a lot of energy and they need to use it up. They need to burn out that energy. Otherwise, it will become a problem in the house. So they need to go out. And even taking a walk every day, like we try every evening, I go out with my son for a walk. We can walk for like 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, and then we will come back. And he's always like trying to jog, and he's never tired. So if you can have the time, because like nobody is going anywhere now, we have all the time. Take your child out for a walk in the park. Good. It helps them, and they will have a good night's sleep. So use up that energy. And as Khadija said, ask for help. We are all here. I don't mind. If you have children, you can't go out to do shopping. I live around, you can send me a text. I will go and do shopping for you. So we are here to help. If you need any information, we are here. You can pass on our details. We will help, even if it is with some tips and information that you can give parents, because we know what they are going through. We really do. We understand. And all you need, even somebody to talk to and said, oh, we are going through this. This is what he is doing, because my son has gone through all the issues, the difficulties. So I will be able to give you an advice and tips on how we dealt with those issues, you know. So asking for help is very important. If you need help,
advice.
Sorry?
Yeah, talking about giving advice for parents with younger children, maybe toddlers or maybe under 10, you know, maybe from toddlers to maybe to up to 10, who are still quite young. Imagine all the emotions, stress, the anxiety, the sleepless nights, the tears, the hurt, and all of that. That will go into a child up to the age of your son. What advice can you give to them that can be like a message of hope, something to motivate them?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, so like for children, I think from toddlers, maybe from diagnosis, because Sufyan was diagnosed when he was 3, and I had no idea what autism is about. Autism is not even as known as it is now. So like you hardly see somebody that has autism when he was diagnosed. That was like 17 years ago now. And so I didn't have any support. The only support I have is from the community healthcare. So they have the psychologist and the speech and language therapist and all those of professionals. They are the one that were helping us, and they were giving me some things to do, like even engaging with the child, to engage with your child when they are younger, to sit down with them, give them time, and do some songs or some activities, doing the jigsaws, watching some of the things that you think they enjoy doing. Those are very important. So you can spend that time, because children, they like time with their parents. They like having time with their parents. And because having this child with special needs, especially if it is only one child, like in this house there are 4 boys, so he's the only one that has autism, and even the little ones still don't understand what autism is about. So you have to be educating people. Even your own family, you have to be telling them what autism is about, that they are special, that this is how they are, that you can't change them, but we have to be nice to them. We can't be mean to them. And I had to explain to my son yesterday that if you are hot, how can you tell me? He said, I will come and tell you.
Okay.
I said, but he cannot tell me if he is hot or if he is sick. He can't tell me. So I have to be looking after him because they think I am paying more attention to him. That they even say he's my favorite. I don't like them. But the thing is, you have to spend time with them. You have to give them that time and attention that they need more than any other child. And you have to get your family involved in raising these children because you need them. We all need them. And they have to accept that child. They have to accept him, that this is how he is. And this is how we are going to. He is part of us. He's only different, but he is not weird. We have to tell our family that these kids are not weird. They are just different from us. So those are the things that we need to. And then for like older children, as I said, going out for a walk, doing activity together, even giving them to help you with the housework. Like Sufyan, if I go to the shop now, I come back, he will come to the car, carry the bags, go to the kitchen and start sorting them out. He know where I put everything. So he will help me put everything where we put it. So engaging with them, telling them, involving them, let them just, feel part of the family. Let them know that they are also important.
Of the family.
Oh yeah, they are part of the family, and you tell them to do everything. They can peel potatoes, cut a peeler. They can peel. They can help you cut vegetables. They can help you do so much. For the older kids, they can do that. For the younger ones, you need to engage with them. Try and do a lot of play with them because it
Thank you so much
them.
for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Sister Khadija, let me get back to you now. Talking about parents with younger children with the special need that we taught, how do we support them as members, as friends? I know there will be difficult times, even some of us that are not even with, we don't have children with special needs. There are difficult times in our lives that we just need our families, our friends to say, it's going to be fine. I'm here just if you need me. So at that moment, for with young children, with children with autism, how can we as family members, as neighbors, as friends, support them during this difficult time?
Growing up, one way or the other, we all have or have seen children with special needs, and they used to be like those children that no other child will play with. They used to be like that family that nobody will go near because nobody understood what is going on around them. But with the knowledge, with the awareness, with the publications that are all over the place, you can't prove ignorant of it. It's on the buses as adverts. It's in the supermarket. They have a day for them in Super Value. They have a day for them in Aldi, in Lidl, where children with special needs will come in and have a time. So you can't just prove ignorant of it, even if it's not right by your doorstep. Like Rabbi said, engaging with them from when they were small, when they are small. I've been lucky to be like that with Sophia, and so I sort of grew up with him, and I sort of learned a lot from him as well. Even though he can be very cheeky at times, he is smart. He knows what he's doing. And I've told his mom every day, everything we are saying right in front of him, he's gonna open his mouth and say it out about everybody we talked about. I'm telling you, these children might be different, but believe you me, they know what they are about. If you have someone with that kind of child, and you don't know how to just respond, because we tend to be like, I don't want them to think I'm putting them out on the spot or something. A little LOI starts any conversation, and then you move on from there. Just say hello, hi. How are you doing? How is your son?
Yeah.
I'm sure the next time you talk again, they'll be like,
Hmm.
he did this the other day. I didn't tell you, and the conversation starts. I'm telling you, it starts from there. It's like any other.
Start like that.
Don't think it's weird. It's not weird. It could be you in that position. How will you want to be treated? Just take it like that. If I am in that position, how will I want to be
To be
treated?
treated.
I have loads of friends with different children, with children with different special needs. I have friends with Down syndrome. It's because I try to get involved with them. I get to understand them, and I get to feel involved. That word that Rabbi said, that anybody around a special need child in a family needs to be involved. It's either you love them or you can't stand them. There's no in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no in between.
There's no in between.
There's no in between.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can either step into it totally and devote yourself to them as
That's
best
it.
as you
That's
can.
a huge one.
You cannot say, I just stand them when I can. You can't do that. You can't, because you're going to break hearts. When I come to Rabbi's door, Sufyan is at the door looking at my bag. You know why? Because there's always a treat.
Even
If nobody
yesterday.
gets a treat in that house,
Wow.
everybody, he must get one. If I have to magically bring it out
Because
of nowhere,
It has to be one.
he has to get a treat.
No way.
And he will say, he will take it from me and be like,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes.
I learned
Thank you.
that from him.
Mm.
Thank you.
Amen.
So you can't be by the
Wow.
side. You can't sit on the fence. And it makes you appreciate life as well.
On the fence.
Because these are beings that they can do no wrong. If I can say that, if I'm allowed to say that they can do no wrong. All they can do is to love you.
Yeah.
Can I come in here on something really important? For
That's it. Yeah. Catherine, please.
so what's really important to understand for anybody with or without a special needs is
Catherine, please go ahead.
So what's really important to understand for anybody with or without special needs is that when we speak, it has been proven that a child, 87% of what they take in is actually your facial expression. It's not what you're saying. It's not your tone. What the child sees is your face. So when you're interacting with a child like that, you need to make sure they're really taking in the expression on your face. That's how they will judge you. So when you're talking about very young children and toddlers, I mean, I can look at Sufyan. If I look at Sufyan like this, he knows. And if I look at him like this, he knows. So it's not even about what you're saying. It's to be so conscious of how your face is, because that's what means something to them. They'll remember your face.
It's about the expression of your
Yeah.
They won't remember what you say, but they'll remember your face. And if they see love and friendship and acceptance in your face, that's half the battle, especially for the younger children.
Yeah.
I mean,
face. Okay.
it's not just kids. When I look at my husband like this,
Okay.
he knows.
Well,
For young,
Okay. That's good to know.
it's so important.
Catherine, I want to ask you about the school.
You want to ask me about what? School.
About the school. Yeah.
The school, what
at
they
this
would
time,
do.
are the schools doing, is that a way the school can, because my children, the teachers are sending in materials through email. we have Seesaw, we have Google Class, and on all of that.
Yeah.
Is there any
So-
confusion going on for the children during this time?
So, like I said, I just started teaching in secondary school with children with special educational needs, but very mild, and all students. So I understand Google Classroom. But for special schools, it's as far as I can gather, the teachers, they're not really engaging, because a lot of what the work that the young kids that we're talking about, that now is when they're the sponges. They do work in school like sand play, social skills. They learn about text. They learn how to communicate. So I can't speak from the standpoint of what special schools are doing. I feel they could do more.
Okay.
I know a lot of very simple tools that parents can take on board. I would like to hope that the special schools are engaging, but from what I've heard, they could do more. And that is why I want anybody who's tuning into this to contact me anytime, especially for 3 to 6 year olds. That's the most important time. So to answer your question, I don't think special schools are doing enough.
Okay, Rabbi, what will you say to that? Are they doing something? Do you think they are doing enough, or they are not doing anything at all?
Well, as I said, because Sufyan is adult now, so he is going to adult day center. I didn't get anything from them. The only thing I get is a text from the service manager once a week to ask me how is he doing, and then I will reply her. So that is all. But I will be very happy if the teachers are engaging, because this is very simple. There are works. I don't know if they have given the children some work when they are leaving the schools, if they have given them something to do, or maybe if they are extending the list that the teachers and the special school could do is to at least be sending some work, even through email. And email the parents and tell them that, how are you doing? You can try doing this, because these are the things we do in school, and then you can try and do this and that. That kind of support can help, because some parents are clueless. They have no idea what to do with the kids. I have done a lot of courses. So, and I always engage with the school. I engage with the teacher. We are always, the first day Sufyan started school, I have Catherine's number and we can always talk. And I always send her a text message. That is a day. Remember, I sent you a message. I said, today, Sufyan was really, he's crazy today. That I just sent him in the bus, so you should be prepared. And you got the text. The minute you entered school, you got the text. And you were like, if only all parents will be like this, so that at least we will be prepared. So it's very important to have that engagement with the school, between school and home. So if there is anybody out there who's a parent and they have no clue what to do with their children or any activities, we are here, we can help. But also maybe if they can email the school and get the teachers to send them some of the work that they do in school. The peg Catherine mentioned is book. It's some pictures that the children can use, especially children that are non-verbal. So they can use that picture to show you what they want. If they want to go to the toilet, if they want to eat food, if they want anything. And there are so many pictures on the website that you can even go and print. So it's important to have that link between school and home. It will really help, because we don't know when this is going to be over. We might be in this for many months to come. And I really can't imagine what parents are going through at home with children with special needs if you don't have any plan for them, because they need plan. They need structure. Structure is the most important thing in dealing with children with special needs. And if they don't have structure, I don't know. Problem.
Okay, let's talk about
picture is frozen. We're back on.
No, she's not on yet.
Okay.
Khadija, you say something. Or Catherine, if you have anything, anybody that has anything to say,
Catherine, yeah,
what do you
Khadija,
want to add?
Catherine will be in the best position.
Yeah.
we're back.
Okay.
We're
I
back.
think the network is
Yeah, it's
network
playing,
is
it's
bad.
playing there. Yes.
Yeah.
Can
Okay,
I-
good to be back. That's the network. Catherine. Sure, please go ahead.
Okay, so in actual fact, if a child has autism and they're in a special class, that teacher will have no more than 6 children. So to send a parent the structure of that individual child would take 2 minutes of the day. Sending a parent a list by saying, this morning, I want you to work on them using a spoon at breakfast, and then try and teach them the word spoon or show them the PECS picture of spoon. Then I want them to have a 15-minute movement break in the garden with some water play. Then I would like you to teach them how to chop a banana. Then I would like them to have a movement break. It's not difficult for a teacher to take that time out of their day to send a very simple structure and routine to the parent. And it's so important. And also that any parent who has a child with special needs should create a sensory space in their house, which could be a little area with a tent, a lava lamp, and playing some sensory music so that they can calm themselves down. Yes. But teachers, it would take a teacher, if I was still teaching in special needs, because as a teacher, you know that child so well, it would take no more than 2 minutes to say, here is the structure for your child's day, incorporating social skills, movement breaks, and sensory time and communication into that day. So there's no excuse. No excuse.
No excuse at all.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Talking about, that is a quick talk about the grants before we come back to the challenges, because I want to call that. The government will be focusing on coronavirus now. Irish government focusing on coronavirus and nothing else. Last week, I called my GP. I wanted to see GP for something entirely different. They did not pick my call for hours. Mm-hmm. And the same thing is like the same thing for everyone. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you think government should focus on, at least especially for children with autism and families, that they are not doing, that you'd like to send a word out to the government? Catherine, please.
I would like them to train young doctors that are training. I would like a few doctors to specifically train in how to deal with special needs and autism, so that these doctors are able to treat these children. And a lot of parents can't take their kids to doctors anyway, even before COVID, because their behaviors were so incredible, would be pretty horrendous. The child would be terrified, everything. So I think the government should make a safe space, make a safe kind of area or place where doctors who are trained as doctors also take on this additional training, because it's very easy, but it makes a world of difference. If a child, for example, if a child has tonsillitis and that child can't tell you that they have tonsillitis and they're losing their minds with pain, and they come to a doctor, and a doctor can go through these PECS pictures and they can point to the area and pick out the picture that shows where the problem is, then you've saved so much pain and grief. So I would like to see the government have doctors specially trained to deal with special needs kids.
Yeah.
I would also like the government to create safe spaces for parents.
Okay. Please go on, Catherine.
The parents, I think, are the forgotten heroes.
Yeah.
And I would love for there to be more support groups available for them. And I would like them to be able to access that quite easily. It can be a horrendous experience that they suffer in silence.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous.
Yes.
Okay. Before I go to Rabi, I would like to ask Rabi what she thinks in any way the government can be of help. But I want to ask that can you give us some online facilities that you can recommend to parents and children caregivers at this time? Catherine, some online facilities that can.
Okay, so a really good one is a thing called boardmaker.com. Boardmaker is a facility where they have all the symbols from all across the world that parents can download and create these create timetables and structures alongside PECS. They need to go onto the PECS website and download these pictures. Another really good one is a website called TTRS, which is Touch, Type, Read and Spell, which kids with autism absolutely love, and it's specifically designed for kids with special needs. There's so many websites that what I will possibly do is do a list up and give them to you to put on your page.
Put my I would love to do that. Now, Rabi, in what way do you think the governments can be more helpful?
Well,
especially at this time.
They can start by maybe calling parents to make sure how they are doing, how they are to be asking how they are doing, especially through the the care companies. Those care companies that are like the ones that they are sending to take care, to provide care and social care and social work for the children, especially for the families. So if you can get those companies to send their parents to help parents, even with the shopping, even with the day-to-day activities, because it can be overwhelming. And some people are even, I was just thinking about some parents who are single, maybe a mom that is single, and maybe she has a couple of children, and she will really be needing help, support from anywhere. So maybe what the government can do, they can actually start providing care into people that don't even have it in existence, that they need to start getting that care, extra support, extra hours. So if you get like 5 hours a week, but I make it on weekends, so the carer can come and take him out for a walk, 3 hours, 2 hours on Saturday and Sundays, which is fine for me for now, because he is doing well. I can take him out and I have support of friends and family around me to help me do that. But some people are not as blessed as I am, having people around me that can help me. So if the government can actually provide more hours for families, so that those carers can come into the houses and help them with the children, or even help them with or even the carer can stay in the house and the mom can go out for a walk, can go out to do her shopping, even if she can't go out, she can just, the carer can take the child out and go. So that is very important. Another thing that I'm thinking, because you see, in summer, there is something called the July provision. Catherine, you know about that, yeah? So I know in some of the groups that we have some groups for parents with special needs, and lots of, there are so many groups out there for parents and carers of people with special needs. They are asking about the July provision, if the children will get it this year, which is a question mark. So I think a lot of people want to know if that is going to happen. And I think a lot of people are going through financial difficulties at the moment. Some people even lost their jobs. So another thing is for financial support.
Yeah.
people need financial support. Some people are still talking about being rejected from carers allowance or domiciliary care allowance and things like that. And when you have this issue that you are dealing with, the last thing you need is to be having financial issue and to be getting letters of, the government telling you that, all of this. It really is very hard. That is another thing that I want to mention that I forgot to mention in the last part about helping the children, what to do with the children. There is something called Mati Mio. I don't know, Catherine, if you heard about this program. Mati Mio is MARTE MEO, I think. I will send it to you. It's very important and it's really, really good because I got the behavioral psychologist to come to the house and work with me with Sufyan to try and calm him when he is hyper, that we need to do something with him. Even making a sandwich. You can get the bread, you can get the butter and the salad, whatever you want to make a sandwich, and you sit down with him, with the child, a boy or a girl, you can sit down with them and then you will get them to help you do that, to create activity, something that you can do, you and him, and then you'll be giving him a praise. Every time they do something, you notice what they are doing. You maintain eye contact with the child. And then when they do it, like for children that are younger, you can use building blocks or jigsaw. And every time they pick a block and put it, you look at them in the eye and tell them, wow, that's fantastic. So you did that. Okay, let me see what I can do. That will give them, encouragement. And it actually calms them down. It calms the behavior. It's amazing.
It's a technique. It's an incredible technique. That called planned ignoring and positive attention. So you ignore the bad behavior, but the second that they do something, you're in. Your smiles, it's positive. Positive,
yeah. Positive.
So it's a good one to remember. Planned ignoring, positive attention.
Yeah. So you praise them and you can even use something as an incentive.
Okay. Rabbi, I like to ask because naturally people will stare. People will not want to make eye contact. They will pretend they don't see you or something, but they see you. So when they go out when you go out with your child, you must have experienced different reactions. Can you mention some of those reactions and how do you cope with especially the negative ones when you go out with your child?
Well, you see, as it is now, because there is a lot of awareness on autism, so a lot of people are aware of autism. And as Khadija mentioned earlier, that even the shops, they recognize that, okay, there are people with autism and people would like to bring their children into the shops. So what they do is they even have a specific time that you can bring your child to do shopping, and then they dim the lights and they put a very soft music. So this is very important. So at least people are aware now. And when they see your child, before we used to see a lot of things. And some people will even tell you that, why don't you look after your child? Can't you control your child? You know, things like that, which are very hurtful. You will be hurt because you'll be like, how dare somebody will talk to you like that, not knowing that this is not, he's not doing it intentionally. This is how he is. So ignorance is a big thing. But the thing is, the good thing about it now that people are educated, they have awareness on autism and any other. And you see, the tricky part with autism is that it's not like Down syndrome or like a physical disability. You will see, like if you see my son, it's when you say he has autism, or maybe when he does something that you will know that he has disability. Otherwise, he doesn't look like it. So when he does something out of ordinary, people will stare. But then all I do is like, oh, he has autism. I just tell people he has autism. Now, some people will be like, oh, sorry, I didn't know. Some people will be like, so, because I actually know somebody who was like, so, control him. you know. But you don't get that, no. There are some people that are still ignorant, that they will still behave. And you can't help those kind of people because they are there. They can't even help themselves. And I sometimes
They
I
are
try
they can't even help themselves.
exactly. Sometimes I try to even ignore people, you know, with there, because sometimes I feel like it's not even about my son. It may be something about them. It's to do with them. That's why they are behaving like that, because we don't have any, you know, that is something maybe about them that is bothering them. That's why they are not happy with what my son is doing. So I try to just, you know, ignore that part. But there is awareness. There is awareness, and which is fantastic. You know, it's fantastic that we have awareness now. So
Okay, thank you
look
so
at
much,
it.
Rabi. Catherine, I want to get back to you now. Catherine, are you there?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. I must say that I must commend Catherine especially today, because today she lost her godson in US, but she's still able to come to the show because she really wants to support brother-in-law. Oh, okay, brother-in-law. So I want to condole with you and your family on this occurrence, and pray that he rests in peace. And saying about that, I want you to give your final word on the show and kind of say a tribute to him.
So we lost two people in the family this week. One, my husband's grandmother to COVID-19. And we lost an amazing guy today who was an ER nurse in New York. He had been a police officer. He saw 9/11. He survived a lot. He lost his own child very suddenly.
Wow.
So he's been on the front line over there in New York. He got COVID-19 himself. He was extremely sick. And he went back to work a few weeks ago, and he just couldn't take it anymore. So unfortunately, yes, he passed away this morning. But I spoke to you earlier, and he would have wanted me to do this because he put other people first, and I can't travel. I can't be with my family. I can't travel over to see them. So the only way I can honor his memory was to do this evening. And for that, I thank you dearly for giving me the opportunity. And I can't reiterate enough how much I am here for any parent that needs to reach out. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Catherine, and condolences once again, and may his soul rest in peace.
Thank you.
Sister Khadija, what will be your final word today, especially to we friends and family who want to do something to support parents and children with autism?
I'll say, since we all know how to take help, we should all be able to give help as well. That's all I'm going to say. If you are offered help, you know how to take it.
So it's the deep
give it back.
Yeah. You should know how to take help. Let us learn how to give help, because people actually need help. And Rabi, very strong woman there. What will be your final word today?
Well, my final word is a thanks. Beautiful thanks. Lots of millions of thank you to Catherine for doing this, for bringing your expertise, and for doing it for your loss. It's a difficult time. I keep telling you not to come, but you said you have to do it because it's so important to you. And to tell everybody that I am almost the luckiest mother to have Catherine as a teacher to my son, because she changed him. She changed him, Khadija, you know. She changed him. So thank you very much for doing this. I know she will never say no to anything to help parents. She is involved in charities in Africa. She is helping collecting charity from here, doing charity work for orphans in Africa. So it's really fantastic job she is doing, and thank you very much for that. And then thanks Khadija, and thank you Lamia for organizing this. This is very, very important. And I hope anybody that has a child with special needs, that need any help, any support, any advice, any tips, we are here. We are here anytime, 24/7. Give our numbers, give our email. We will help physically, emotionally, even if you just want to talk. We are here. Just call us and we will help you. Anything, if we have anything, maybe PEX picture that you are looking for, I have lots of PEX pictures. I've done the course and I can help. I can teach some people what they need to know. So thank you very much. And I hope that everybody is staying safe at home and that they are doing really well. I wish everybody to be well and safe at this difficult time.
Anyway. Okay. We are back. I think it's the network.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to have you back, Rabbi.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the network is not really good.
Yeah, especially on your side.
They are also working from home. That's why.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Khadija. What will be your final words today?
I want to say,
you said your own final words. Rabbi,
I can say more.
No, she wants to say more. That is always something.
You can still.
Can we do some planned ignoring on Khadija, please?
That won't work. It won't work.
Okay. Tawakausi is saying Rabbi that she can feel you. Bilkis is saying, Catherine, she says she's so sorry for your loss, that may God comfort you and your family. And Tawakat Mojisola is also thanking Catherine for coming on the show despite what happened. And she's saying, may Almighty be with him and his family at this difficult time.
Amen. Thank you.
And I want to thank you, beautiful, strong women, for coming on Family Talk today. You've really motivated us. You've really educated us. It's been an eye-opening for me and many people who are watching and who are going to watch later. And I must say thank you so much for being so strong, being so dedicated to this, and for this opportunity to learn more from you, creating this awareness. Rabbi, you are doing a good job. Well done.
I have support.
Well done.
Sister
Khadija, thank you so much for your support. Everybody needs I know. Everyone needs support at difficult times. And when you get someone to support you, don't ever take it for granted.
Exactly.
So, Sister Khadija, thank you so much for always supporting everyone. Sister Khadija, one is my mentor, and she's always supporting me as well.
Oh, God.
That's who she is. And I'm using it to say thank you so much for doing this for everyone. Thank you so much. This is really appreciated. And Catherine, you support children, you support parents, like caregiver, and significantly, even if we are not aware of what you've been doing, you were bereaved this morning. You were bereaved last week, and you are here because you gave your word that you are going to be on the show. That goes a long way to tell us the kind of person you are. That goes a lot to tell us that you give support because that is who you are. And that is so great. You are a great woman. I celebrate you. I love you. And I say, Catherine, thank you so much. And God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sis.
Thank you.
And so, Tawaka is also saying kisses. Everyone is saying, Sister Amotunde is saying, Catherine, stay strong. Please stay strong. Do that for us. Do that for him. And we hope the family will go through this and they will be fine in no time. And with that, we have come to the end of another family talk. Let us meet again next week, Thursday, when we shall be looking at another issue in relation to COVID-19. This is series 4. Next week, we are going to bring another topic that's going to be our series 5. And that is what we on the show till coronavirus will be over. We are going to be issues, COVID-19 or isolation or quarantine or anything that has to do with the COVID-19 impacts on these issues. My name is Lamia Sodiq Ayabakadejo, and I'm saying have a lovely evening, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, Catherine. Take care.